Are you familiar with what was released here earlier this week, the text communications between FBI agents regarding October 14th, 2020 New York Post story on the Hunter Biden laptop? Have you had a chance to review those?
I haven't seen those text messages.
Well, let me just read a couple to you here. It says, nobody on the call is authorized to comment on the New York Post story. Twitter is treating this as disinformation. I just want to read something that took place earlier that day. The way this day worked is the story came out. That day, Elvis Chan, a guy with the FBI, is meeting with the tech company, something he did on a regular basis in the run-up to the 2020 presidential election. At that meeting, someone asked, hey, there's this New York Post story. Is the laptop real? And we know this took place because we deposed Mr. Brady Olson, and he gave us this information. And he said, when that...
Hey, everyone. Welcome back, Capital Insights. Today, we're breaking down a bombshell moment Representative Jim Jordan questioning a former FBI agent about shocking new details involving Hunter Biden's laptop. This isn't just about the laptop anymore. This is about what the FBI knew when they knew it and how they handled it. If you care about truth, transparency, and accountability, you're going to want to stick around for this one. And real quick, before we dive in, if you appreciate honest breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. Let's kick things off with the core of the controversy.
That question was asked, the response was, yes, the laptop is real. Then we get these text messages, which we didn't have before, we just got them this week, these text messages which relate what happens after that. So the FBI has confirmed to Twitter at a FITF meeting on October 14th that the laptop is real. And then we have these text messages back and forth where they says no one is authorized to comment further. Twitter is treating this as disinformation. You find that troubling that the FBI knew something was real, confirmed it at a meeting, then changed their story and went to no comment, no further comment, and allowed the tech companies to run with the idea that this story was disinformation?
Yeah, I do think that's problematic, and I do think the relationships that they tried to build with members of the FBI with these other organizations were problematic.
Yeah, and the ranking member said, oh, the Republicans want to say the FBI was political, and what really wasn't the case. If this is not political, I do not know what is, because this was the whole basis for the 51 former intel officials doing their letter. And the FBI knew. Now we have written evidence they knew, coupled with the deposition we took before where they admitted this. And then later in the day when they're meeting with other tech companies, they go with no comment. And they even admit here Twitter is running with the disinformation story. Even before the 51 intel officials come out with their letter, which is baloney, they're running with that. And the FBI was part of fostering and promoting that story.
It's unacceptable.
Totally unacceptable.
And it shows how one bad apple, and there were probably others, but you can see how much of a problem that is. And that one bad apple behaves that way, the entire Bureau's reputation is impacted. Yeah. Trust is lost across the country. And so that's why it's so important to find folks like that, going back to the entrenched bureaucrats. You have to find them and remove them because that's all it takes is one bad apple.
I think that was point one in your testimony, which is exactly what Ms. Bondi and Mr. Patel are doing, is getting rid of those individuals who foster this kind of political environment where you're going after your political foes, where you're telling things, saying things, allowing things to be believed that aren't accurate when you knew the truth all along.
That's right. True.
I yield back.
Because when agencies become political tools, democracy itself is at risk. If you're still watching, smash that like button. It really helps push this video out to more people who care about transparency and accountability. So there you have it, explosive takeaways from Jim Jordan's questioning of a former FBI agent. The story isn't just about Hunter Biden's laptop anymore. It's about what our institutions are doing behind the scenes and how that affects every one of us. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an update. I'll be back soon with more on this and other stories the mainstream media won't touch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.